Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button for more dirt bike stuff.
And Stilez is calling time on his career, retiring or quitting, as some of the internet critics say, or internet personalities pretty much saying he's quitting. I wouldn't say he's quitting. He's tried everything he can do with his wrist. His wrist is garbage. I want to say he's had probably like 10 surgeries or something in the last like 3 years on that thing. I'm probably a little biased towards Stilez, just because if it wasn't for Stilez, one time when I crashed, I would have laid out there and died. I'm not making a hyperbolic statement where I'm exaggerating. Like, literally I hit a fence and I was laying out there and I was dying, and Stilez came up on me. I don't remember if he called my sister, called my chick at the time, something. He called somebody. Then I think he called 911 off my phone, and ambulance got out there and basically got me saved. Brain was bleeding, brain was swollen, I was unresponsive to anything. I guess they have like my sister is saying that they have some sort of like, it's like a scale. When an ambulance calls ahead and says they have a trauma, like it's 0 to 11 or something, and I scored a 3. So basically I was unresponsive to anything they did. If they did anything, I was unresponsive. And then I sat there for like probably a week in the hospital in a coma. Even when I came out of the coma, there was still like 2-3 weeks of memory just missing. Kind of crazy, honestly. It was like I had a hard reset too, like my brain had a hard reset. I don't have much memory. Anything before that, there's not really much memory there. But I remember Stilez, because he used to come into the motorcycle shop I worked at, and they used to buy their race gas from us, because we live in California and they're anti-fuel in California for whatever reason. But him and Ryder D and Jet Reynolds, his dad, we had the hookup on the VP fuel, so we would always keep the VP fuel in-house, and then they would always come buy it from us. I remember they were running the VP MR09 or something. At that time it was like $150 a pail for 5 gallons, so $10 a gallon, I think. 10 times 5 is only 50, so it'd be like 30. 3 times 5 would be 150. Yeah, it was like $30 a gallon. I guess it was super oxygenated, good fuel, probably smelled real good, made their bikes run cool, ran good, I'm sure. This is when they were all riding like super minis and stuff though, like they were all Team Green Cowie. Yeah, it kind of sucks that Stilez's wrist isn't working out for him no more. Stilez is fast, and he had the coolest name. I mean, Stilez, that's how much, it doesn't get any cooler than that, really. I remember seeing, I think it was like 3 years ago when he first did it, and I remember seeing like the incisions that they made. He has like 3 gnarly incisions, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that thing's probably not going to get better. Even with the best surgeon, if they have to cut you open that bad, it's not back to 100%. Like, I haven't had one surgery in my life where I was back to as good as I was like pre-surgery, even with good surgeons, everything else. And then I reached out and talked to Stilez before Anaheim this year. 10 surgeries or something in the last 3 years. But I remember I hit him up and asked him how his wrist was, because he was riding for Triumph Factory. So obviously I'd seen videos of him testing and riding and whatnot, and he said the wrist is good. And I kind of felt like, in trying to convince me, he was trying to convince himself that the wrist was fine, and I just had a feeling that it wasn't fine. And then he rode Anaheim. I want to say he messed it back up at San Diego or something, was out the rest of Supercross, and tried to come back for the outdoors, raced Paula, messed it up again, and that's it. And it's motocross is a sad sport, because motocross is a sport that eats its young. Like, you have one bad injury and that's it. That's a wrap on that. It doesn't work the same. Have to go get a desk job. And it sucks too for Stilez, because Stilez had all the potential in the world. I mean, he did podium the Daytona Supercross. Might have podiumed it twice. I can't really remember. I could probably look it up, but not really too worried about it, honestly. I want to say he podiumed an outdoor too. Might have been Redbud, maybe Bud's Creek. Not positive. He was fast, but it was like Ricky Johnson when Ricky Johnson had his wrist injury. You can try to cover it up, you know, tape it up, do this, do that, put a wrist brace on, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And when I saw Stilez, the incisions that they made, because they made like 3 big ass incisions on his wrist, I was thinking, yeah, that thing's garbage. But obviously that's just off of observation. That's not having any inside information, you know, not talking to the doctor, this or that. That's just experience. I mean, I've had plenty of stuff cut open, and if they cut it open and everything goes perfectly, 90% is a success. If it's 90% of what it was prior to surgery, that's a success. And I didn't see him cutting his wrist open and it even being at best 50. Like, that's at best. And if you don't have a strong wrist, you can't ride a motorcycle. Then you've got the people like coming out talking about how he quit or something. Like, come on, there's no quitting that kid. I mean, 10 surgeries in 3 years and still trying to do it. There's no quit. I mean, at some point it becomes a hazard to him and to everybody else that he's trying to race with, if you can't hang on to the motorcycle. So Stilez, still one of the baddest dudes to ever ride a dirt bike.
I'll put you out of your misery.
Say wham.